Hello, everyone, I am Sergeant First Class Luis Barron. I'm a senior instructor at the Quartermaster School. Today, we will learn about the 500-barrel strapping chart and how to use it step by step. Imagine standing in front of a massive storage tank filled with fuel. How do you determine exactly how much fuel is inside? This is where the strapping chart becomes essential. The strapping chart is a tool that converts height measurements of fuel, taken in feet and inches, into gallons. Each tank has its own unique chart based on its dimensions, and it is specifically calibrated to ensure accurate measurements. Think of it as a cheat sheet that translates height measurements into usable data, how many gallons of fuel you have available. Understanding the layout of the 500 BBL strapping chart. 1. Inches section, top left. On the top left-hand side of the chart, you will find increments in inches for measurements under 1 foot. For example, this section includes values for 1 inch, 2 inches, and so on, up to 11 inches. These inch measurements can be added to the gallons from the 8-foot column. Since the 8-foot column stops at 1 inch, you will need to use this section to calculate gallons for measurements such as 8 feet, 2 inches through 8 feet, 11 inches. 2. Fraction section, bottom right. On the bottom right-hand side of the chart, you will find the fractions of an inch, such as 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4. For instance, 1/2 inch equals 113.5 gallons, which can be added to your main reading from the feet and inches column. Navigating the chart example. Step 1. Locate the measurement. First, measure the fuel level in the tank using the appropriate gauging equipment. For example, if your measurement is 5 feet, 5.5 inches, you will use the chart to calculate the gallons. Step 2. Find the gallons. Look at the chart and locate 5 feet, 5 inches in the main column. This will give you the base number of gallons. 5 feet, 5 inches equals 14,755 gallons. Step 3. Add the fractions. Next, locate the value for 1/2 inch in the fractions section of the chart. 1/2 inch equals 113.5 gallons. Add this to the previous total. 14,755 plus 113 equals 14,868 gallons. Simplified calculation approach. To keep things simple and compliant with the Department of Defense Form 2921 requirements, we will not use decimal points in our calculations. Instead, we will drop the decimal and use only the whole number. For example, instead of writing 113.5 gallons, we will use 113 gallons. This ensures consistency and simplifies the process while meeting the form's requirements. Example scenarios. Scenario: let's say your innage is 6 feet, 7 7/8 inches, and your bottom sediment and water is 2 1/8 inches. Step 1. Calculate the innage, fuel. Locate the gallons for 6 feet, 7 inches and add the value for 7/8 inch. 1. Locate the base gallons for 6 feet, 7 inches in the chart. According to the chart, 6 feet, 7 inches equals 17,933 gallons. 2. Find the additional value for 7/8 of an inch in the fractional section of the chart. 7/8 of an inch equals 198 gallons. 3. Add the two values together to calculate the total innage, fuel. 17,933 gallons plus 198 gallons equals 18,131 gallons. Step 2. Calculate the bottom sediment and water, BS&W. Locate the gallons for 2 inches and add the value for 1/8 inch. 1. Locate the base gallons for 2 inches in the chart. According to the chart, 2 inches equals 454 gallons. 2. Find the additional value for 1/8 of an inch in the fractional section. 1/8 of an inch equals 28 gallons. 3. Add the two values together to calculate the total bottom sediment and water, BS&W. 454 gallons plus 28 gallons equals 482 gallons. Step 3. Calculate the net volume uncorrected. The net volume uncorrected represents the total usable amount of fuel in the tank after subtracting the bottom sediment and water, BS&W. It ensures accurate fuel calculations before applying any additional adjustments, such as temperature corrections. If there is no bottom sediment and water, the innage itself is considered the net volume uncorrected. To calculate the net volume uncorrected. 1. Subtract the total bottom sediment and water, BS&W, from the total Innage, fuel. 2. Use the values from the previous steps. 18,131 gallons, Innage. Minus 482 gallons, BS&W. Final calculation. 18,131 minus 482 equals 17,649 gallons, net volume uncorrected. Now that you understand how to use the strapping chart, let's practice. Activity instructions. I will give you 3 scenarios with Innage and BS&W measurements. Pause for 5 to 8 minutes to work out each problem. Afterward, I will show the correct answers and explain how they were calculated. Let's calculate the uncorrected volumes for each of the given scenarios step by step. 1. Innage, 8 feet 3/4 inch, BS&W, 4 1/4 inch. Step 1, Innage, fuel. Locate 8 feet 0 inches, 21,798 gallons. Locate 3/4 inch, 170 gallons, dropping the decimal. Total Innage equals 21,798 plus 170 is equal to 21,968 gallons, dropping the decimal. Step 2, BS&W, water. Locate 4 inch, 908 gallons. Locate 1/4 inch, 56 gallons, dropping the decimal. Total BS&W equals 908 plus 56 is equal to 964 gallons, dropping the decimal. Step 3, uncorrected volume. Subtract BS&W from Innage. 21,968 minus 964 is equal to 21,004 gallons. 2. Innage, 3 feet 9 1/4 inches, BS&W, 0 inch. Step 1, Innage, fuel. Locate 3 feet 9 inches, 10,215 gallons. Locate 1/4 inch, 56 gallons, dropping the decimal. Total Innage equals 10,215 plus 56 is equal to 10,271 gallons, dropping the decimal. Step 2, BS&W, water. 0 inches equals 0 gallons. Step 3, uncorrected volume. Subtract BS&W from Innage. 10,271 minus 0 is equal to 10,271 gallons. 3. Innage, 5 foot, BS&W, 7 1/2 inch. Step 1, Innage, fuel. Locate 5 feet 0 inches, 13,620 gallons. Step 2, BS&W, water. Locate 7 inch, 1,589 gallons, dropping the decimal. Locate 1/2 inch, 113 gallons, dropping the decimal. Total BS&W equals 1,589 plus 113 is equal to 1,702 gallons, dropping the decimal. Step 3, uncorrected volume. Subtract BS&W from Innage. 13,620 to 1,702 equals 11,918 gallons. Final answers. 1. Innage, 8 feet 3/4 inch, BS&W, 4 1/4 inch, uncorrected volume, 21,004 gallons. 2. Innage, 3 feet 9 1/4 inches, BS&W, 0 inch, uncorrected volume, 10,271 gallons. 3. Innage, 5 foot, BS&W, 7 1/2 inch, uncorrected volume, 11,918 gallons.